What's good, YouTube? It's the Base God and Yu-Gi-Oh! Here on TeamBlackRainbow's channel, coming at you guys with a deck profile for my hero build that I would be running if I ever decided to run heroes again. Um, this deck I featured in a duel on Dueling Network the other day, and someone commented for the deck, so here you go. So here's the deck list. So we're gonna start it off with one Stratos, followed by triple alias, because these cards are the heart and soul of the deck. Um, one bubble man, just in case like you're top decking and you just happen to top deck the bubble man. It's really good and it allows you to go like XYZ spam with like blade armor ninjas and the rank 4s and all that. One photon thrasher, just because it's a warrior, it's a light monster, and it's 2100 beat stick. So it can really go well turn 2 if they have like a set monster. You can special attack. And then, if it's a Raikou, you could just normal summon Shadows later that turn and search. And just like go off from there. But yeah, Photon Thrasher is like a good tech choice. And plus it's a warrior, you go into Blade Armor Ninja. Two Thunder Kings, because I feel like Thunder King, even though people say it's not as good, even I said it wasn't as good, I'm starting to like it now because most of the decks have inherent special summons. And Insectors aren't really doing so well. So yeah, you use these like first turn against windups. What are they gonna do? They're gonna try to bait it out with like a first turn like Zenmaines or Leviathan, which means in reality it can stop them for a while. Same with Dino Rabbit. You have to go Rabbit into like double like Cabazals, and they'd have to attack and like lance it or like Book of Moon it or Smashing or Dark Hole. They have to get rid of it if they want to go into Lagia or Dolka. And then with the amount of protection that you do or like you have, it's like it's a 50-50 chance that they'll actually get rid of it or like be able to attack over it and all that goodness. And one honest, because you play 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you want to include the token 7, the triple shining 10, Utopia and Utopia Ray 12. So yeah, you could have like a total of 12 like light monsters in this deck. And honest is just a really good surprise factor because not many like decks are known to play honest anymore. So yeah, it's really good. And one Gores, I know it can be kind of conflicting with all the traps you have, but if you can't drop it because you still have a trap on the field that you can't activate, you're probably already losing the duel at that moment. So like say you have a set Starlight Road and they say you like set 3 with the Starlight Road, so you have set 4, and they somehow like whittle down your back row where you only have the Starlight Road. It's like if they attack, they're a good enough player to like bait out your back row one by one, forcing the Starlight Road to be dead, and then with them knowing that that's going to be a Starlight Road. So yeah, if you can't drop Gores, you're probably losing already. So onto the spells. Triple Pot. At first, I never even liked to use Pot in general, but I realized how good of a play it can be. Like if you go E-Call into Shadows into an Alias into a Duality, that's like you already like thin your deck out by like 4 cards. That's like super good. Like this is deck thinning at its best. But yeah, Triple Pot, Triple Spark because you run the triple Alias and the double Gemini. I mean, double Hero Blast. So there's ways of you getting back the aliases to your hand, along with, if Shining were to get destroyed, you can add it back, as long as it doesn't miss the timing. So, and then Triple Miracle Fusion. I don't know why I never thought about playing Triple Miracle, but yeah, I've always used to play 2, but Triple seems the way to go. And it's really good, especially like late game top decks and all that goodness. 2 E-Call because I don't feel like 3 is needed, but 1's definitely not enough, especially when you only play 10 monsters. So yeah, and no one really plays Thunder King. Like I said, like you have to be pretty ballsy to play Thunder King. So yeah, double E-Call and 1 Rhoda just to search out your Shadows, or your Bubble Man, or your Alias, or your Thrasher, whatever you need at the time, and it's really good. 1 MST because just in case you hit any main deck problems like a Decree or something, or like I don't know, just that one extra back row removal is just really key. And even though you have the Gemini Sparks, the MST can be just as good. one book, one heavy. No one really expects the heavy, but say you have like three and they're not doing anything. They're being very passive and not setting anything. You top deck the heavy storm. You can just Starlight Road your own heavy, bring out your own Stardust and all that. One Dark Hole and one Reborn because Reborn's good. She got banned too. On for the traps, you run double Torrential, double Bottomless, because this deck can have a problem with some beat sticks, especially if you don't have a beat stick to counter with. So yeah, these get rid of like Light Pulsars, Red MDs, Dark Flares, and the both vanillas when they come out via Rescue Rabbit. 2 Deep Prisons to give yourself the edge in any other matchup besides Inzectors. 2 Hero Boss to give you the matchup against any deck besides Chaos Dragons. And 2 Compulse, because 2 Compulse is just good overall, especially against Exceeds and Synchros. I mean, who Synchros nowadays? But yeah, this card's really good, especially in the mirror match. If they go like they go Shining, I'm telling you, the worst feeling ever is having your Shining getting compulsed. Because I mean, it's not bad if it gets Deprison, because if you like somehow can get another like Miracle Fusion, that's just another 300 for your Shining. But having it go back to your extra deck, trust me, that hurts a lot. Like when I played Heroes at Long Beach, that was probably like one of the worst feelings ever. Because at that time, I thought no one else like ran this card. Because I used to run, I think I ran it in 2 or 1. But yeah, this card was really good. And when it was used against me, like my heart like dropped. I was like, no, it can't be. But yeah, it's like that sometimes. And Compulse is just a good card, especially against Zen mains. I have one Starlight Road, just because this deck runs like pretty decent amount of trap cards, good trap cards that is, and you know, if you want to go with your Bubble Man, you're just gonna set everything and then special it. They're like, oh, he probably doesn't have the Starlight Road, so they heavy Starlight Road, bam, good game. One Mirror Force because I like Mirror Force, and then the Solemn Brigade because Double Warning and Judgment is pretty good. And then I know the only duel that I showed earlier or a couple like days ago was just like a single duel, but I had a side deck ready for it. So yeah, side deck I had Triple Veiler. This is for the Inzector matchup and anything that's very effect based. Double Snowman Eater because good for the mirror match and Dino Rabbit. One single copy of Cyber Dragon. This is for Zen mains and windups because I just feel like if they can like just like go Zen mains or like go triple Zen mighty and like because they play Decree, so there's really nothing they can do. They're gonna set out their Veilers. So this actually happened to me one time. I was dealing with my friend with the heroes and he was playing windups. He chose not to hand loop me, but he went more for like the offensive, and he had a Decree up, so he had triples and matey, and like a hunter just like attacking me, right? So I special summoned Cyber Dragon, contact with 4, so it's at 4,000. So bam, and he didn't have Veiler, because why would you keep in Veiler against this deck? Even though it can be sometimes good, but yeah. So it's a 4,000 Chimera tech, and like he couldn't do anything. It was to the point where he tried MSTing his own Decree, and then I was like, I'll MST the card that's still set, because I knew he was gonna try to attack, or like try to Phoenix Chain me, which is still isn't good in this deck, or he just tried to do something. But yeah, it's really good against windups and Machina. Who plays Machina though? I play Machina. 2 Soul Takers, because Soul Taker's an okay card. It makes this deck like it makes a Shining mistiming, it makes like Pulsar mistiming. There's this time where I wasn't recording, but I was playing this like hero guy like mirror match, and like he was wasting my time so much. I was playing the deck, and I activated Soul Taker on his Shining, and then he tried adding, and it took us like 20 minutes for us to get an admin, and it was just a waste of my time just because like I'm playing the deck, I know the rulings as well. If you activated Soul Taker on my card, I'd miss the timing too. I wouldn't like try to troll you or anything. But yeah, 2 Super Polys because this is known as one of the most broken cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. Just because no card effects can be activated in response. So there's no warning, no bribe, no solemn judgment, just good Yu-Gi-Ohs. The worst thing though is when they like bottomless triple the card that comes out. But also this card can be used for late like battle phase like game like pushes. So say like you attack with shadows, attack with alias, they pass, attack with these two again, and then they're at like 600, and then you super poly, go for shining, go for game. They're just really good. At regionals, regionals, sorry, has something caught in my throat. At regionals, when I use this, um, no one expected the like mid battle phase super poly because it's really good. And then one MST because people will side into Krees, and MST is just it's really good. And then two super polys. What am I talking about? It just has like the same like kind of artwork though, like blah 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 blah. So yeah, two shadow imprisoning. My goodness, I need some water. But yeah, two shadow imprisoning for the Inzector and GK matchup. I went to a cash tourney the other day, and I saw how much this card was putting in work against just like against GKs. Like you never understand how much GKs rely on their effects, because when they flip spy, they pop for descendant. They don't get no recruiter search, and if they pitch commandant, however you want to pronounce it, and you chain this, commandant activates in the grave, so they can't even get their Necro Valley. But yeah, and two rivalry for like Dino Rabbit and windups, because if you notice, all of the windups are like different attributes, or not even different attributes, like different what is it? Whatchamacallit? Different types. Like Zenmaity is a machine, Hunter is a beast warrior, Magician is a spellcaster, Shark is a fish, Windup Rat is a beast, and Zenmains is a machine as well. And like the only thing you can do is like Windup Rabbit and Windup Hunter, and go into like nothing, because these are all the wind up cards that you see, and there's no like wind up beast warrior exceed level 3 rank 3 whatever you want to call it. So yeah, rivalry can be good. Just know when to use it, and don't activate it when you have like a Thunder King and you can alias on the board, because like chances are if they try to exceed, you could just negate, and then you could flip open or flip over the rivalry, and it's really good. And then for the extra deck, one Chimera Tech, because you run the one Cyber Dragon, it'll put in work, trust me. One Gaia, one Nova Master, one Great Tornado. I have double Ab-Zero because this used to be the Bubble Man deck. So, you used to run triple triple Bubble Man. So then you'd be able to go into Ab-Zero as much, but not anymore. Triple Shining, because I just feel like Triple Shining is really good. There should be a Catastor in here, but yeah, Triple Shining, because Shining's the best E here in my opinion. One Stardust for the Starlight Road, double Blade Armor Ninja, because you can just spam rank 4s with the Photon Thrasher, Special Thrasher, normal summon, alias, contact, exceed, and then you like Reborn, Shadows, get the Bubble Man. It's Bubble Man's only card, special that. Attack for 8,800 damage for game. But yeah, Blade Armor Ninja is really good. If it was like 2,300, it'd be even more busted. One Maestro, because it's a good rank 4. One Utopia and one Utopia Ray. There should be a Steel Swarm Roach, but I don't really think at the time when I make decks. I just, make a reasonable extra deck, and then when I duel and I see like what I'm missing, then I'll adjust it. But yeah, that was my post current elemental hero deck that I would run if I ran E heroes again. And I'm starting to like the main deck at 42 cards regardless. Like if you look at like most of my decks, they're like 42. Like here's like a Piper deck that yeah, here's a Piper deck that's 42 cards. And here's like GKs that is like only like 42 cards as well. But yeah, I'm trying to make like all these decks. It's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna show you guys eventually. But yeah, heroes. and yeah, and Goodness, and yeah, and Miracle Fusion, and Gemini Spark, Hero Blast, and yeah.